Hi ladies, I'm out in the yard again because this weather is just gorgeous. Today we are going to get in the Word again in 1 John chapter 3. We are going to be covering verses 11 through 24. Let's start reading. Verse 11. For this is the message that you've heard from the beginning, that we should love one another. We should not be like Cain, who was of the evil one and murdered his brother. And why did he murder him? Because his own deeds were evil and his brother's righteous. And remember Cain and Abel from back in the day. They were the sons of Adam and Eve. And Cain just didn't like his brother and was jealous of him. And his brother Abel was this righteous guy and he killed him. So that's the story behind that. And so John is saying for us to not be like Cain, to not be like the evil brother, but to be like the righteous brother. All right, let's pick it back up in verse 13. Do not be surprised, brothers, that the world hates you. We know that we have passed out of death into life because we love the brothers. Whoever does not love abides in death. So, and this is something that today Alex at Carlsbad High spoke about, is do not be surprised, brothers, that the world hates you. So, when we choose to follow Christ and live our lives according to His Word and what the things that He calls us to, not to be surprised when you lose friends or people don't get it or they don't like what you're doing. So we're not to be surprised. One other thing before we move on to verse 15 is whoever does not love abides in death. And that's something that John just keeps bringing back up and up, is this topic of love, this theme of love, is that we're supposed to be loving others and not hating those around us. All right, verse 15. Everyone who hates his brother is a murderer, and you know that no murderer has eternal life abiding in him. Yeah. By this we know love, that He laid down His life for us, and we ought to lay down our lives for the brothers. But if anyone has the world's goods and sees his brother in need, yet closes his heart against him, how does God's love abide in him? So it's, we're called to lay down our lives for our brothers, but in a way that we can do that practically too is in verse 17, is meeting their needs. So not just being like, oh, I'll pray for you, or you see someone who may need a couple dollars for lunch, or someone, if God leads you to help out someone who is homeless and needs some stuff, and whatever it may be, is just seeing people, having our eyes be open to the needs, to those around us and to their needs, and not to just pray for them. Praying for them is awesome, and sometimes that's the only thing that we can do, but if there is something that we can do to help them out, let's do it. Let's not just say, oh yeah, oh that's a bummer, but let's see what we can do and do it. Verse 18. Little children or ladies, let us not love in word or talk, but in deed and in truth. So not just in our words, but in our actions, and in deed and truth. Let it be from the heart, the things that we're doing. Let it be just an overflow of, that love that God's put in our hearts to help out those around us, so that it's done, and so it's a genuine work of caring about them and to helping them out. All right, verse 19. By this we shall know that we are of the truth, and reassured our heart before Him. For whenever our heart condemns us, God is greater than our heart, and He knows everything. Gosh, when we blow it, how often can we just condemn, get in condemnation and be like, oh, I'm blowing it, but God is greater than our heart, and He's able to forgive us, pick us back up and say, come on, keep going. Verse 21, Beloved, if our heart does not condemn us, we have confidence before God. And whatever we ask, we receive from Him, because we keep His commandments and do what pleases Him. Now here's a topic a lot of people can talk about and be like, oh, well, whatever you ask, God for, He'll give it to you. But I really don't believe that that's what this is talking about, saying that, oh, whatever you ask, or Lord, I ask you to rain down money from heaven right now. It's just like, no, if we're connected with Him fully in His Word, wanting His will in our lives, and just surrendered to him, then I believe that, he's guiding even our prayers, and so that we're actually praying the prayers that are his will, and then we're going to receive, more. Then it's more possible to, have our prayers be answered because we're actually praying the will of God. But anyways, I don't want to get into too much that I don't know all that much about, but that's kind of my take on it. And verse 22, and whatever we ask, we receive from him because we keep his commandments and do what pleases him. Verse 23, and this is his commandment, that we believe in the name of his Son, Jesus Christ, and love one another, just as he commanded us. Whoever keeps his commandments abides in God, and God in him. And by this we know that he abides in us, by the Spirit who he has given us. So that's what he's commanding us. He's commanding us to believe in his Son, Jesus Christ, and to love one another. And then when we're keeping his commandments, God is abiding in us. How awesome is that? He's here with us. And we know this by the Spirit whom he has given us. So ladies, be encouraged. Let's go out there and love, and not just loving with our words, but loving in our actions. And be connected with him. Be just fully connected and having that time of prayer, getting in his word, and just being in his will. There's no other place I'd rather be, and it's just an awesome place to be in. So let's be encouraged. So much love to you guys today, and see you tomorrow.
You're all that I want.